a lot of people may want to get in the game, but because of misinformation, because of broken information, they don't. Like today, I voted today, right? A really big deal for me, right? It means a lot for me to vote. A lot of people don't vote because somebody told them that your vote doesn't matter, it doesn't count, right? They're the main people complaining about current administration issues, but they didn't vote. I'm like, you can't talk, you don't have nothing to say.
Anything.
Just sit there and ride, because if you didn't vote, how do you feel like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, okay, in my neighborhood, I grew up in South Dallas, right? And so everybody aspires to get a check, live on Section 8, and come back on the corner, sit up on a tree, drink beer, and talk about what they used to be 17 years ago, right? And that information is passed on to generation and generation and generation. And so now they're just practicing sitting on the bench. They want to get off the bench, but it's not socially accepted to get off the bench. You got to be ready to be persecuted when you get off the bench. They're going to talk about you.
Are you saying I need to try to stop being Superfly?
All the time? No, that is not what I'm saying.
So what I say to that, Jack, is this. South Dallas, Texas, Dixon Circle, I won't even say 187 and all that, up 357 and all that. I won't even go Park Road 44, 4 Deuce, 415. So what I do, because I can walk up on any block.
Me too.
You understand? And like you're saying, a lot of time we have been misinformed. And so for those of us that have been able to get out and come out because we had a mindset, Romans 12:1 said, be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. And that's where it's going to take us to say, man, y'all look, when I did the gun, stop the gun violence last year tour, I went over there on Collins, say, man, I need y'all, because we've become so numb. And we just got to talk to our people, and a lot of time it's going to go over with some, but some it won't. But if it's nothing but that one that we've caused to get up, get off the bench, at least we've informed. I got a generation of people, the grandmother, her daughter, her granddaughter, great-grandchild, they all sitting out on the block. I said, you know what we're going to do, y'all? We're just going to start having Bible study. So, whatever. Take to them, hey, because we got to put something on the mind of the people. We got to get in the game. And you're right, that is the mindset for a lot of people.
And one of the things about the game, and that's why I appreciate you, Tasha, so much, because in the game, when you do get in the game, sometimes you got to pass the ball. Everybody wants to hit the last jumper. But the thing is, and that's why I admire you so, because every time I look up, you're doing something different. Some of us are stuck in one channel, and there's nothing wrong with being in a particular space. But I see this young lady, she's on the Y doing this, and she's in the neighborhood at the gym doing this, and she's at the recreation center and in the church. So we all have a place on this planet to participate. But how do you keep doing that? How do you keep motivating you? How come every time I turn to LinkedIn, there you are?
I thank you for bringing on my basketball skills. I was a point guard, Grand Prairie High School, 04. I know how to pass the ball and assist, so I appreciate that. So I think being self-motivated is, of course, internal. And what I try to, when we talk about renewing the mind and having that mindset, is understanding that baby steps still matter. And my mom, she's 1 year sober, just recently this year. And I focus on no more day ones, right? No more starting over. The baby steps, being able to get off the bench and just try and put that effort. Sometimes we allow fear to get in the way because we're looking at how far we aren't, right? And if you look how far you've come, you're to realize that I'm not where I used to be. Maybe not where I want to be or should be, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. And just staying focused and just giving yourself grace, because you're going to mess up, you're going to fall short, right? But you keep going, because the platform that God has blessed us with, somebody is watching. You are an example to somebody. Just like you said, and like Jack said, somebody is going to be watching and they want to be like you. What example are you showing them?
And let's get off the bench and in the bleachers.
Let's get in the game.
Get in the game.
It's funny you say that, because that's really how I started this work. Right, I'm at the mechanic shop, and we having the mechanic shop conversation, right? And I'm complaining about the kids, and I'm complaining about the parents. And at the time, I didn't know he was a deacon of the church, but You know, he come on, he say, so what you doing about it?
Mm-hmm.
Just as calm. I'm like, what you mean what I'm doing? I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm complaining about it right now. He said, but how are you solving the problem?
Right.
We know the problem, you know, and that's why I love peer support, right? Person with lived experience. Some people call it testimony, right? But I love calling it lived experience, right? Because I'm spiritually connected, but I take religion out of it. You know what I'm saying? I tell everybody, I know God, I love me some God. But I take man out of it, right? And once I take man out of it, I'm giving a clear, uncut, authentic message, right? I'm not only telling you how to do something, I'm showing you, I'm walking it.
Right.
I'm on the ground, I'm boots on the ground. Every time you look up, I'm doing something. I love the community. One of the biggest, I had to go all the way around Dallas to do it, but one of the biggest things I wanted to do was start a food distribution in my old neighborhood, right? And I got to see that come to pass, right? And I got to see drug dealers put the sack down for a second and pass out groceries to Granny and them and Aunt and them. You know what I'm saying? I got to see young men help their community, and that's my vision, right? And the only way I can continue to expand that vision is to be of purpose, be of service.
A purpose.
And you know, Jack, just sitting here listening, let me ask you, what part of South Dallas are you from? Where back?
Fort Loops.
Foda?
I grew up in Fort Loops.
But you know, you work with the kids, you learn a lot. I've worked gangs and all of that. But just sitting here listening, Jack, you're absolutely right. As you were saying, you know, that's one of the things that you wanted to do, and God put that in your heart to do, and how God not only did he use you, but even the dope dealers. And take it back a little further in the game, how even back in the day, the dope dealers even respected grandma and them and whatever. They would give their money to put in to do whatever, you know. So just them doing that says a lot about who you are, your character, you know, and that's what we need. We need people that your word is your word and your bond is your bond. But most of all, they see the genuineness, they see the heart and the compassion, you know, that we have for the people. And that's why we're able to do the things that we do. You know, just like Brother Carl, he gonna give it to you. You understand? But that's because he's sincere about what it is that he's doing. And he don't open it up for everybody. And, you know, and that's one of the things that we have to realize and understand. We're in a place where we must cultivate.
I agree.
And that's why I talked about the bleachers, because if you go to a Little League baseball game, you know how many coaches are in the bleachers? Mm-hmm. Everybody, Uncle John and Grandpa, they all in there hollering about what
All
the coach needs to do. But the problem is we need to listen to all of them so we have the best option.
You know, I'm sorry. You know, they say that you always think you can do a better job in somebody else's shoes till they put their shoes on, till you put their shoes on. And that is the example of those coaches, because we can see everything that everybody else is doing wrong, but we don't want to be part of the solution. We just want to tell you what you need to do and how you need to fix it.
We've been trained to complain.
Yeah.
Generations. It started with Granny. Sitting on the porch complaining. That's what we know to do. It's programmed. It's not that something I want to do. It's programmed. And subliminally, it's like, you know, it came automatic, right? And it wasn't until I started breaking that like, my life is so peaceful now, I don't even answer my phone for people now. No, seriously, if my phone rings and I look and it's you and you disturb my energy, my peace, I don't even answer the phone. Because I already know the outcome.
Yeah.
You already, like, put that little evil mojo in, right? No. Oh Lord, you know, I mean, it's one of them. You look at it and it's, oh Lord, like, no, my life shouldn't be like that.
Oh no, sorry. You said something that made me think about when you said Granny Nim, and how sometimes we can unintentionally cause or help our children make decisions based off of our trauma. And I was driving in the car with my daughter, she's 4, and we got to the stop sign, and I remember the car going out of turn, and I'm like, you trying to kill us? What are you doing? And the next day, my daughter seen a car, and she did the same thing, and I'm like, she just literally watched me and copied everything, and I unintentionally had her create road rage off of my trauma, thinking we almost got hit by a car. And so sometimes we have to realize that we have to be able to understand and know that we don't have to be what our past is, or what those generational curses, what some of us call them. We can do it different.
And we can. And as I sat here and I reflect back on what Jack said earlier, you know, about the passion and everything and how the organization came. And when I think about We Are Urban Dreams, Inc., which is WADI, I was riding on the freeway one day and God just put it in my spirit because we are people that used to dream and we envisioned ourselves coming out of the hood and out of the ghetto. We wanted to buy homes. We wanted to do things. We wanted to help our parents because we saw the struggle. We understood the struggle.